Okay, I'm here with Natalie and Thanidra. They're both doulas with the Queens Council here in Monterey County. One of the first questions that I had in particular was, what exactly is a doula? It's not a term that I had heard, so either one of you can define that for me. What is a doula, for those that don't know?
Yeah, so a doula is a support person that helps birthing individuals. A lot of times people will think that a doula provides medical care, as similar to a midwife, but we do not. I like to say we are the emotional support. We're there for the partners as well, if there's partners. But we really are advocates for the birthing person in the hospitals or at home. But specifically in the hospitals, doulas are really important just because of our maternal health outcomes.
Absolutely. And how important is the doula in that process?
Extremely important. Black women have a 3 times higher mortality rate than women of other races, and having a doula present slashes those numbers. It is so much more important that the doula is there to be able to give that support during labor, but also afterwards, because the depression rates after are just skyrocketing as well.
Absolutely. And how are you folks getting out there to try to get your name out there to let people know that there are services like this available to folks?
Well, I know Lavisha's been doing a lot of outreach events. We do have an Instagram, Queens Council. We host different volunteer groups to go out and do outreaching as well.
Yeah, and we were certified through the Parenting Connection of Monterey County Doula Hub. They got a really large grant. They were able to, I forget how many, train a lot of BIPOC doulas. And so that program alone has provided free doula services for birthing individuals in Monterey County. They just get put on a list. And so that in itself has really spread the word about the importance of being a doula.
For sure. For sure. And the importance of getting that help too for so many people that are struggling from the beginning to the end of birth.
Absolutely, absolutely. And after. I had a doula with my last birth. It was by far the quickest, easiest, most empowered birth I had, and that's really what kind of launched me into this work. I also work for a maternal health startup, so I'm kind of surrounded by it, and it's very rewarding. It's beautiful work.
Sure. I was looking up some data in regards to doulas and some information. There are some hospitals that prohibit doulas from entering. Have you experienced that here in Monterey County? Is there that sort of issue that you folks are experiencing, or?
There's been a lot of advocacy through the Parenting Connection of Monterey County, Queens Council, a lot of birth-specific agencies in the county doing that work. They are very welcoming of us that I've had in the experience, but there are local hospitals that have, said your doula can't come in, and so we're really trying to work with the hospitals, with administration, to educate them on we're not here to work against you, we're working together to support this person.
For sure. In this situation, they say too many cooks. This situation, you need as many cooks as you can in terms of helping with that birthing process.
Absolutely, yes.
For sure. So what got you into being a doula? Just out of curiosity.
With my child, I had a doula recommended to me by a friend, and I was like, what the heck is a doula, And she kind of explained it to me, and I met with this doula, and I was like, okay, I'll take the jump and I'll, pay this money. And it was super expensive out of pocket because insurance did not cover it. And I was just trying to see if it would help. So I was a teen mother and I had my doula, and it just blew my mind how much she really helped and what the gaps were, because I had medical help and I had familial help, but that little zone in the middle that just wasn't covered by anything that I thought I had to do all by myself, my doula really stepped in and guided me through that journey. And without her, I don't think my birth would have been the birth that it was, and I don't think my postpartum would have been the postpartum that it was. And I recognize that due to her strength and her knowledge, she completely carried me through the things that I wasn't sure of. And it inspired me that I wanted to help people in the same way.
Awesome. It's a huge deal. It's a huge work that you
And
folks
speaking
are doing.
of insurance, we are Medi-Cal is now going to be reimbursing for doula services, so that's really incredible too.
All big for maternal mental health too. This is one of those huge barriers, is acknowledging that you have that sort of help out there too. I don't know. Is there anything else either of you want to add in regards to the program, concerns you may have, whichever?
No, I think I want to say a special shout out to the Parenting Connection of Monterey County. They really wrapped us doulas up in love and support and resources. It's been an amazing experience, and so I'm just grateful to have their support, their education, and to be able to be reimbursed by Medi-Cal is really amazing because it allows more people, typically those historically marginalized, to receive our services.
Yes.
So just really glad that they got that grant and us BIPOC doulas can go do our work.
Yes.
Absolutely. If anyone wants more information, where can they go?
If you want more information, you can check out our Instagram, Queens Council. You also can go to the Parenting Connection website, and they will have a list, a directory of all the doulas.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. well, Denidra, Natalie, thank you so much for joining us here, and we'll be back after this.